Now, Calibrian is sort of kinda underrated for maybe obvious reasons because people who know what Calibrian is basically they know it because of the books, because how they were very popular in sort of the graphic novel sort of area. But the creator who actually wrote this decided to make an animated series, making a deal with Netflix. In fact, 3 seasons of it. But the only problem is Netflix sort of fallen out of love of Calibrian after the second season was done. They say, "Yeah, this deal is done. We do not want season three." But lucky for them, Hulu picked it up for the third final season. And this is what we're gonna talk about the third season, or the title of this season, Calibrian Rise of a King. But this is the interesting part. This is like your first time actually knowing what the hell is Calibrium. Calibrium is a tapa almost like the last Avatar in a way. I'm sort of comparing it, but it's more complicated as the last Avatar. I'm gonna say it's sort of like Lord of the Rings because, like Lord of the Rings, each specific character of that franchise it is of important. Like you can see all the chase pieces, how he moves, who affect who lost what, but actually have death of each character. I mean death. I mean people do die or frogs do die of this franchise. This third season, just to describe, you have one character rip out another character's arm, another character cut a snake in half, and you have another character almost eaten to death. Yes, this thing is brutal in a PG rating. Even that, if you watch the series, at least the trailer, you'd think would be sort of low budget, but no, no. This is very sort of high budget. I mean high, they have this sort of cinematic sort of point of view that it grabs you effect. I have never heard this franchise till I watched season 2 by accident because season 2 I thought was the first season, but a lot of fans saw my review correct me. No, no, no. This is season 2. Season 1 was this season. And I was surprised. In fact, I wasn't surprised this was a franchise because I have never heard of it. And this is the issue. This is why I keep saying this is sort of underrated because not a lot of people talk about it because I guess they never get introduced or showed the commercials of this franchise because they never really was promoted in the right way, at least to me, or if you're a book nerd, you probably knew about this existence. But I never really heard of it. Even that the creator was an NFL former star, he decided to chase a career doing books and was apparently very successful because after season 3 ended, he decided to make a movie of his own franchise, specifically the retelling of the first season in movie form. And you know what? It's not a bad idea because this thing it is complicated. It is twist and turn and relationships broken. You get the drama, you get the action, you get what is the hype if you never give it a chance because the animations looks kind of weird the first, but when they start moving and fighting you just like whoa, this is feels like a level of almost anime sort of action but more creatively different using frogs and creatures, but everything just works so well. Now, before I get started, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, the reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and share. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's cool. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I am getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I am getting close every single day because of people who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's start with the review of Calibrian Season 3. Now, Calibrian is a little confusing when you sit it outside of the mirror because it is a little confusing if you don't know how to approach each season because each season doesn't have a season number. I mean, you can put it a Calibrian season 1 and direct you the first one to see it. But if you don't put it on Google, you just watch it on Hulu because all three seasons on Hulu right now is the fact each season is having the naming convention of each season. Calibrian season 1 is Army of Frogs. The season 2 is Calibrian Dreamwalker, and season 3 is basically Rise of a King. And all three seasons sort of mirrors of the original book series of this franchise. They just tell the stories in animation form. Now, who you actually follow or what is season 3 is about? Season 3 is sort of kind of replacing the king who rules basically all frogs or all the basically the outpack of all the animals to protect them. This is the reason why I kind of compare them a little bit like the last Avatar in a way, because they do follow similar ideas but yet very different. Because in this franchise, they have this sort of mystical kind of snake, or if I remember right, they call it the rainbow snake or the dream snake, who basically overlooks and helps everyone who chooses to be the next king or queen, who protect all the other animals, who keep peace. It sounds very a lot of kind of like the last Avatar, but even that, what season 3 sort of follows of that idea, but season 3 specifically chooses the new king and also stop a great awful event to eliminate all the little animals in the world of Colombian, because there is foretold there was become a sort of massacre of a bunch of frogs, spiders, and also tarantulas, because these three different factions were basically fighting to survive for each other and became sort of in charge. But season 2 end up is basically regrouping everybody, regrouping what happened of the last battle, figuring out what happened to this person and that person. I will break it down as detailed I usually have, because there's so many characters and yet I still don't know who is who, what is what. Even that is sort of confusing because I just jumped in the middle, so I don't have the full catalog of knowledge of every single character. So this will be very kind of watered down version of this review. But I have to admit, even watching this just 3 episodes, I was blown away. How deep this sort of relationships, how the conflict, how they should not do it. It is truly intriguing. But there is one major problem. This season 3 only has 3 episodes. It's because I sort of didn't mention at the very beginning is that Netflix started in their deal with the creator of Calibrium, and Hulu picked it up, only giving it 3 episodes. This is the reason why the creator decided, you know what, I'll make a movie of this because it sort of makes sense. It also kind of helped to make this more well known, because in the movie, even if it fails, it still get a lot of eyes on it to be aware this exists. Now, me come back to the third season. The third season was surprisingly good, but very, very rushed, because it has so many characters, so many plot threads, developments, twists, and turns. They have to basically cram everything under 3 episodes. In fact, I felt if they have no choice to do this, I kind of wish they given 5 episodes, because 5 episodes usually is sort of the good spot to give so much space to so many ideas, because they're ending plot threads and making new ones to find out who will be the next king. But because there's so many drama, so many twists, they kind of rushed it. In fact, one of the biggest example of this is was sort of a side character who is basically a treasure hunter in a way. That he is a scallywag, the guy who cheats, lies, and eliminates for money. But the only problem is his awesomeness sort of ran out because nobody trusts him and nobody believes him anymore. Till he realized, wait, If I could steal all three poisons and make a profit of this, I could come back on top. That's some interesting idea to see this character who's the lowest becoming the one who is in control, but the only problem is it was very rushed. Some of it you don't see grabbing the other two poisons, what he needs to do, or how he found them. It just, oh yeah, he found them. And that's it. We just don't know. Even that the character was very interesting and fun, but you don't really see this grand adventure. Not like season two, that character did have a lot of time to see what happened to him, how he trades certain things, sacrifices hand or arm or a friend or an ally to get that specific thing to make him rich and successful once again. It just sort of leave it of your own interpretation or go read the books. And that's sort of the issue of this, that there's so much potential left in the table. Like, I hated they actually rushed so many things getting to this point. Even that bit said, the rushness still tried to deliver everything. Like the first episode, they set up what happened to all the other characters on season 2. Like their Colombian team, at least the 4 members supposed to follow, the new member was sort of a scorpion and he left realizing he had to go with his own people and pull in the right direction. And you have drama because he left the group. But one of her friends trying to convince him, we're family, stick with us. And you have that sort of debate of the middle of nowhere if you see the other scorpions itching to killing her, but the only reason she doesn't leave because his friend or brother is there and trying to convince them, you don't need them. We are your family also. Why do you leave us? And that's sort of the very interesting drama, how much she cares about her, you say stepbrother, but yet he knows that's where he belongs. He needs to leave them. Even that could be a trap because another character reappears who attempted to kill him, but he's just sort of not sure to drop him, to keep him, because he died so many times. And yet, this is what the drama grabs your attention. Don't know every single character is actually doing the right thing. And that's the interesting part. What is the right thing? What is the right choice? They question the snake goddess if they give the right person poison of the right person. Should we all collect it to save our skins or not? We betray someone or we wait for the new king to be chosen by the snake goddess. You have so many dramas, so tantalizing good that it's sort of hard to let go till the pacing ruins it. Because the first episode nails everything. You want to know more. You want to see this drama, especially the action, because the action is pretty creative. Even that you think, well, the science won't give that very strong violence or action poses, but no, 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 they do. Even that they show you their red body parts that are just like, okay, we're going PG, but we're going the not the red blood, the green blood, just to make it kid friendly. I love that mentality because I love them to be more violent. I'm surprised they didn't decide to give it like black oil and make up an excuse because this is sort of, oh no, they're not real snakes or real animals. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. It's just not real blood. And I'm okay with it because almost into now obvious this is just very gory. Why this is still PG, I have no idea, but I don't care because I love the violence and action, and also the drama, but also love the lore because it's just sort of very rare to see a Australian Indian sort of lore readapted to this animated series and make it very compelling. Even that is super rushed. And I think that sort of killed season 3 for me. Even that I recommend it, but I recommend watch season 1, season 2. Up to you, I want to season 3. Because I'm sort of kind of like a completionist. I want to see what happened on season 3. Even that I only watched season 2 and season 3. but I'm still satisfied, even I'm a little niffed, but you get all the results of every single character, what actually happened to it. In fact, all three seasons in the total, they have around 23 episodes, or yeah, I think it was 23 episodes in total. Please correct me down below. Please correct me any mistakes or any characters that I forgot you thought it was sort of important, because they do have a lot of characters. Even that, it show you who are the voices. Just hearing it out, you know who the voices are. You know they got the A team. I think one of the biggest examples, you have Luke Skywalker himself voicing one of the characters. That guy who was very known playing the Joker, playing a character in this franchise. But not just him. You also have the guy who's played as Cyborg. You also have Keith David, who famous played Goliath and Spawn. You also have so many superstars, voice actors who've been super experienced. In other words, they got the eight listers of all the best voice acting of all the years. Yes, you have basically the A team. It really shows you how much they want this to be as successful. They want people, animation nerds, book nerds, and just fans of this franchise to unite to make it a big fandom, to make so much noise to grab your attention. In a way, kinda worked, kinda doesn't, because once again, I have never heard anyone talk about it except for me. Believe me, I do a lot of different nerd circles, but none of them really talk about this specific franchise. Yeah, I thought it's sort of weird. I'm 100% sure there are fans reviewed this season, reviewed the franchise, but once again, it just, I never heard of it. And that's sort of weird, because this is very compelling, very violent, very Don Bloom. I think the best way to describe it. You've never heard of Don Bloom. It's the guy who created Five of Ghost Ways, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and many 80s and 90s cartoon for kids. But a reason why I compare him to this franchise, Don Bloom has a sort of a phrase that he follows, that the kids can watch any dark twist you give them because they can take it. There are basically a little adults, but just give them a happy ending. That's all they want. And this franchise shows that, because they say death multiple times. Usually that's a no-no. They usually say you can allow say it once or twice. Even Disney or DreamWorks are very picky to use the word death in their films. Don Bloom just obsessed with death. So yeah, when you see his film, it's always carnage and death. And watch this franchise, it's the same thing, but sort of give you a happy ending, but it never insults your face saying, "Oh, they're not dead, they're sleeping." No, no, they're dead. They're all over the place. Their body parts in the corner, and the river, in the floor, something in my face. Like, that's kind of ironic, but yet not extreme. But you get the idea. This show is not scared to showing something very graphic, but because it feels the family audience can take it, it just respect their intelligence. Yeah, I think this is the reason why I really enjoy this franchise. But I do recommend it. Yes, I recommend to watch the beginning seasons, Army of Frogs, then get Dream Warriors and Rising the King. But be known, Rising the King is sort of a little disappointing. But it's still sort of worth watching, because it will answer some of the questions what happened on season 2. But it has some issues yet. But be fair, what you felt about this. I mean, be fair, I mean, how you feel, especially if you're a fan of the books. Tell me, you feel this was satisfying or good enough? It was very truthful for the original books. It was a good adaptation. Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.